Hey guys, Tarke here, and I want to do a very quick little showcase video of my new build, because I think I might be onto something. I'm doing a dual obliteration, a wave of conviction, ignite elementalist, and we've just done our Uber Lab, just into early maps. I've got like loads of gems all over the place, not really got anything set up, missing loads of passives, but the quality of life of this build is through the roof. I went from playing a Trapper and a Poisonous Concoction build, where I'm having to like constantly spam a million buttons, to one where I just like press a button and then clear the entire screen. I'm using Barracks for Prolif, which leads to some very nice off-screening. And also, thanks to the Obliteration and the fact I'm also using Herald of Ash, I sometimes have it where the Herald of Ash and Obliterations off-screen themselves, which is all pretty nice. The main weakness I've noticed of the build thus far is some of like the crazy stacked resistances on Arch Nemesis monsters can be a problem that I'm gonna have to try and overcome. I can go from like absolutely globaling. Ooh, that's a very juiced up boss. I actually get all of them before I touch them. Brilliant. I can go from absolutely globaling everything to then like, oh great, I'm doing no damage. Cool. I'm currently working towards Jewel Curse from ability Ellie Weak, which will help. Currently, I've only got the one. So I'm hoping with Jewel Curse, a couple more levels, and then just like more investment into my gear, more passive points, etc. That will solve that problem. But for everything else thus far, it's been feeling really smooth. The main thing which I really like about this build is because I've gone for a bunch of increased duration scaling, which honestly, it might be overkill, but it feels very nice. The fact that I can like drop my wave of conviction and then like run alongside it is very, very cozy. Oof. In terms of defensive layers, I'm also trying to stack all of the fizz taken as elemental that I can. I'm using the Pyroclast belt, which is a pretty powerful belt that very rarely sees play, which gives up to 30% of fizz taken as elemental damage. It's 15 if you've ignited an enemy recently, and 15 if you've shocked an enemy recently. But because I'm an elementalist who always shocks and ignites, then we always have that 30% damage reduction. Well, not damage reduction, but fizz taken as Ellie. I can then get 10% pretty easily on a helmet through either Influence or Eldritch modifiers. And then I'm currently using just a Gravicious craft on my chest, but the plan is to ideally be using either a Cloak of Flame, which would be much easier to color, or a Lightning Coil. Lightning Coil would give me 50% of fizz taken as lightning. It does come with the downside of the minus lightning res, and also be harder for me to color because my current links are 2 red, 4 blue, and it is a red-green chess piece. Whereas getting the colors on a Cloak of Flame will be very easy because it's just a straight blue armor, so I just need to get 2 off colors. The other nice thing about Cloak of Flame is it gives a bunch of ignite duration, which is just very smooth when it comes to running around and like getting things to go crazy off screen. That stall. Shove that there. I need a swap to move that over there. But yeah, that's basically the map. I'll pick up later. But hopefully you get an idea of like how just smooth it is to play and everything. I will very briefly show you this, but this is all very much work in prog. Nothing set in stone. Literally just my Uber Lab. Just stepped into maps. We're going for like a full right side of tree vibe. The thought process being I want to get Mage Bane so I can cap my spell suppress, and I'm doing all the fizz taken as elemental, so I don't need to go left side for armor stacking. At this point, I'm going to come up for Jewel Curse, some more reservation vibes. I've also got the option of going stun immune through Arcane Sanctuary in these nodes, which I might take because there's a lot of stuns in the game currently. But yeah, we're using a Wave of Conviction, Cruelty, Life Tap, Combustion, Unbound Ailments, and Efficacy. Not saying these are the best links, these are just what I'm currently using. This is the belt I was talking about, Pyroclasp, so it gives you a little bit of dex, a nice chunk of evasion, some increased duration of ailments, and then enemies ignited by you have 15% of fizz converted to fire. Enemies, I don't have a perfect roll, so I've only got 12. They deal converted to lightning. Dual obliterations, and then you just go for rares in every other slot, and then I'm using Barracks Respite for my Prolif. So Barracks Respite gives like a much larger Ignite proliferation range than a standard Prolif gem or like Helm implicit. Sorry, Glove implicit. The upside of it is that it spreads much further. The downside of it is you lose out on the like corpses stay burning. So if you're in a situation of like a breach, if new monsters then pop out of the floor, you need to cast again. But it's so smooth for off-screening that this, with combination of the Obliteration pops and the Herald of Ash, it's just like absolutely insane. Even if you're in like an indoor layout, it's especially noticeable. Like if you're in a cells for whatever reason, you cast your Wave of Conviction, and the Wave of Conviction kind of like goes through doorways, and then you're like spreading ignites all off the screen. It leads to very, very nice clear. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw this out there as a little proof of concept. I'll do a proper like update in the coming days once I've sort of worked the build out a little bit more. If you've got any suggestions for me, please do leave them below, because I'm very much working this out as I go. Anyway, I'm Tarke. Have a good day. Bye-bye.